I remember living in Philippi around the 90s. In those days, there was no piped water in our area, and we had to buy. Life was hard without easy access to water. In those days, I was working and would sometimes get home late when darkness had already fallen. It didn't matter how tired I was from work, I would still stand in the queue to buy water. Every day I would go to the shop to buy water in a 25-liter container and roll it back home using my feet. It was hard work. I always felt pain in my legs. Philippi is sandy and it was the hardest thing any human being could do. This was very hard work and each day made me angry as I rolled that container back home. On days I returned from work, my wife would pay a Rasta and his friend to buy water. We did not have the money to always pay someone. During the day, the kids would ask for water to drink. It was stressful knowing there's little water in the house. The saddest part was seeing the kids looking miserable because there was no water. It broke my heart. Weekends were a nightmare for me. My wife always did the washing when I had to fetch more water on weekends, and if the queue was long, it affected my family negatively. Then one day, I came back home and my wife was very angry. There was no water in the house. The kids were thirsty and crying. It was late to go to the shop to buy water. I didn't know what to do. I was confused totally and felt helpless. What was I going to do? I had to go knock on the shop. The shop owner looked at me and shouted, "It's you again." I felt humiliated. I had had enough. I had to move to a better place. I wanted my family to be happy. I wanted a normal life, not suffering. That night I gathered my family and told them of my next move. Although my son had made many friends in Philippi, this didn't matter anymore. I relocated to Delft. I had water in the house. I did not have the queue or push a 25-liter container. My family enjoyed the new environment. There was taps and running water in the Delft houses, which was much better. What happened in Philippi taught me a good lesson. In 2018, the water crisis affected me again. This evoked old memories of my life in Philippi. The good thing was that I had learned how to save water. I learned to harvest rainwater, and I learned to conserve and reuse water. I'm proud South African because I learned the hard way. I will always teach others not to waste water because of my experience.